Okay, guys, busy day as a mother with 5 sons who are grown. Now, I remember the days when my sons were younger, and it was probably double the busyness throughout the day. I mean, it was nonstop all day, 24/7. So, moms have a huge job, right? Huge. Um, so, I'm getting ready to head into work. I did get to a food pantry, and then I did apply for help with the electric. So, those are some things you can do. I called a couple churches and now I'm going to work. Did a couple accounts today, working, and I have a job interview tomorrow for another place. So, ladies, you have got to stay on your feet. You really do when you don't have a man in your life who wants to take care of you and be responsible as he said he would. Won't go into that one. But anyways, did talk to my SCORE mentor today too, which makes all the difference in the world. And that's kind of what I want to talk about too. Not only should you be doing like, taking care of the needs of your home, young moms have the housework to do usually, and that's usually their best resources is the homemaking with a husband because they can save a lot of money with cooking, cleaning, certain systems to implement so that your family is, has a very good quality life. And you can do that on very little. And I did this years ago, and so I'm just, repeating this again for myself. But I would recommend in your spare time, I did homeschool, which was a great thing to do, but I would also recommend starting a business. Do something else too in between that time. And if I knew that then, I probably would have already had a business going. But then again, I mean, I say that in hindsight, but then again, my homeschooling took all my time because I did have to get a lot of the gaps in my education that I didn't have in school. So, but anyways, eventually you can work and you can, make money and do more when you're older. So I just saw a woman who has like 15 businesses and I'm like, holy cow. And she was like, what is freedom? Freedom to me is having the ability to work a lot because she likes to work. And I'm the same way. I do like to work. I like my quality time at home. And I like to have some days that I can really focus in on my home and systems and what works for me. And then when I get really busy, things usually fall apart here. But it's kind of like that busyness I do like. So I did talk to my SCORE mentor. Like I said, I wanted to talk about that. Very kind man, very kind. He knows his stuff. He helped me today. He's like, this is how I would message your cleaning business, Melissa. And so here I am, just like this weekend, being like, I am taking a break from everything, pull back, save my energy and focus until I can figure out how I want to do things better. But like he said, it is easier with someone else because I can see things, but if you have someone else, it helps so much more. So his help today was amazing. And then he offered to help me again with my business plan, which I feel is like climbing a mountain or a hill I have to do and I have to get over. So he's like, I'm willing to help you next week with that too. So I'm going to pull everything together this week for my business plan. And having someone else hold you accountable and say, let me see what you're working on and what you're doing is a huge help, guys. So when I was in college, I had no help. I didn't, nobody, no support, nothing. When I was in hairdressing school, no support, and I did it myself. And I graduated while I was pregnant. High school, no support, and I graduated early. So it is so nice to have support this time, not only in my classes, but a ton of outside help, guys. And this makes all the difference, And I think back like, oh, I probably could have, started a business in New Hampshire, but this place, Colorado, has a ton of support. So support, I think, makes a huge difference. Yes, I could do this by myself. I'm almost done, but the support makes it so much better, guys. So, have accountability in your life. Do things with others too, to a point, because some help is not help, right? It's just not. It's more frustrating. So, be careful what kind of help you get, but do get the help with your business And in life, right? When I was raising my boys, there was times I said, the help is great, thank you. And there were other times I said, this really isn't help at all. You call it help, but it's not. And I even see that now, like calling some places today, they're like, oh, this is all the hoops you have to go through to get help. And it's like, yeah, not really help. So get the right kind of help, guys.